and it happened only once. Warner Brothers Animation was undergoing a resurgence, and a lot of artists and writers have been hired to do things like Tiny Toon Adventures and shows based on the Looney Tune characters. Tim Burton's Batman movies were coming out. They were very popular, and Warner's was looking for a way to keep that going. And Gene McCurdy, who I really have to give a huge amount of credit to, was probably the best boss I've ever had in the way that she would have a project and she would throw it open to people who had a passion for working on those characters, whether it was Animaniacs or Tasmanian Devil or something like that, all the shows we were doing at that time. And she knew that there were people on staff who really loved Batman, who really wanted to do that. That included Eric Radomski, Bruce Timm, and they created the visual language of the show. And I wanted to write for Batman, and Alan Burnett, who was a tremendous writer that she brought over from Hanna-Barbera. And the show had a long birthing period, there were a lot of starts and stops. But there were people who really wanted to tell Batman stories. And the other important thing was the Fox network at that time said, we want you to make the Batman you want to make. You go out and do your best. There are a couple of things we would prefer you not to do regarding violence, sex, tobacco use, drugs, things like that, the normal censor things. But we had a much, much looser and longer leash than they would usually grant to a show like this. And, it was Gene, and it was Warner Brothers, and it was Fox saying, go and do your best. And it was us telling ourselves, let's do our best. It's like DC came to us and said, write the graphic novel that you've always wanted to write about Batman.
This. We want to get this, that. Oh, this is beautiful. Look right down to the earring.
I know. Well, I had a bit of an issue with it at first because I sort of messed up on the face. But what I did was kind of made it contour for the neck with shading. So I'm like, okay, look, I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it. It's fine, and then it turned out fine. So I'm like, yeah.
Good. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I tried to do all the words from the building on everyone else as well, from the intro, how storms are sort of storm.
Yes, yes.
I tried to make that.
You did it.
Actually, yeah, that is another question I wanted to ask you. Have you been in touch with Iona Morris?
No, I haven't. She wasn't the first.
I heard, yeah. There
was someone else as well at the beginning, and then they sort of went, white woman voicing Storm might not be the most politically correct to do. And then it was Iona, and then me, and I told somebody else asked me that. I said, I would love to.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I'm in touch with her. So,
really?
Yes. I was going to do an episode of my podcast with her and also with you, but maybe a joint episode over Zoom, both Storms talking about the role.
Right, well, this is my publicist. He lets me do things.
You've been in touch.
We'll try to get back in touch with you after September, I think, or maybe I said August.
After August, September, I think after September will be better.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, but honestly, have you ever been to the UK? Well, of course, you've got places, but have you ever been to the UK?
Yes, I've been to the UK. I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time, but I have cousins over there. I didn't visit them when I went. So I haven't been for a while. In 1985, I went to the London International Festival of Theatre.
Wow.
And that was a while ago. And then my daughter, my second born, went to Goldsmiths, University of London. That's where she did her master's. So I went up to visit her. So, but I would love to go visit my cousin Bonnie.
We've got a problem. Sorry. It's okay. Hey.
BTV Tunes. You know him as Porky Pig and so much more. Bob Bergen.
Woo!
Next up, no one knows more about animation than this guy, historian Jerry Beck.
Woo!
He has not one, but 2 Emmys for his voice work. He's done all sorts of things, including Bugs and Daffy and so much more. Emmy award-winning voice actor Eric Bauza.
Woo!
He is a veteran voice actor who's done it all, Bugs Bunny, you name it. He's the guy who tracked down Mel Blanc and it changed his life. The one and only Jeff Bergman. Her IMDb goes for pages. She's done so much just in Looney Tunes alone. You know her as Granny and Witch Hazel and so much more. Candy Milo. And this is the guy who makes it happen. He's got all the stories about how MeTV Tunes happened. He is Weigel Broadcasting's Vice Chairman, Neil Saban.
Not a lot of people mention this, but you were in a show back in the 90s called The Noddy Shop. You were the voice of Noddy.
I was. Well, you being British would know.
Yes, I'm autistic, so I know a lot of children's shows, so, you know, I've been, you know...
Hey, I grew up on Noddy because I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of the British things. So when I got to be the voice of Noddy, I was so excited.
That's awesome.
And then I was like, oh my God, I did the voice. And then I remember when they said, and I was in the studio for like a month because we did like all 108 episodes. And then they said, oh, and here's the Christmas special. I was like, what are they doing? Are they dancing? And they said, yeah, that's the Christmas special. I went, wait a minute, I'm going to have to sing in this voice?
And they got Gilbert Gottfried for it, I believe, for the Christmas special.
Oh, did they? Yeah, but the voice trying to sing and not, I kind of, did one of those voices, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble if I have to sing like this. Oh, that's amazing. And they were amazing. They did stop motion.
They did. It was Cosgrove Hall. They were based in just not far from me. In
Oh,
Manchester.
really?
Yeah.
And it was so easy to do because there's no lip flap.
Yeah.
So I had the Naughty books growing up, and I was just so excited. I'm going to be an I Am Phoenix.
That's awesome. And you were born in England, weren't you?
I was.
You were, yeah.
My father was there. He was a doctor, and he was doing postgraduate medical studies in London.
Wow.
And so we were there. I was born there, and then we came back to Canada when I was...
Question, please.
Hi everyone on the panel, my name is Amber, and I was wondering, for everyone on the panel, but just for everyone, do you have a particular favourite memory of any of your recording sessions with the voice of Nibbler, Frank Welker?
Frank almost never comes in and records with us. He's so busy. Even to this day, he's one of the busiest, not only voice actor, but creature effects providers. I mean, he can do multiple creatures growling at once. That he kind of, I think he has to, be taken when he can be taken. But, I mean, Frank is just great. My very first jobs in the business were with Frank. I was on Inspector Gadget as the chief. Woo! Here's your assignment, Gadget. And Real Ghostbusters, where I was Dr. Egon Spengler and Frank was Ray. And he's just the most giving, wonderful actor. He basically taught me everything, in terms of technique of voice acting in just that first season of Inspector Gadget. And he's a mentor. The coolest thing about Frank is, setting aside his immense talent, is that he actually will recommend other actors for jobs that they're asking him to do, and he'll go, no, you want John DiMaggio for this. He's the guy. So that's my favorite Frank Welker story is just knowing Frank Welker for almost 40 years.
My first I did a Scooby-Doo episode with him. That was the coolest thing ever, to watch him be Freddy after all this time, still. Freddy on Scooby-Doo.
I think I was with you.
Probably were. Okay, next question.
Hey, one quick thing before the... Hey,
By the way, here's Dibbler.
I have something on the tape.
Assassin. Revenge. Screw. Monkey. Rat. Rat door. Door rat. Rat trap. Trap woman. Trap door. Booby trap. Freedom. Expression. Censored. solvency. Tall. Fake. Fake job. Fake news. Orange. Springhead. Nimrod. Pin brain. Pinhead. Pin up. Pin down.
I see there's something going on with the pipeline. It's so hard to get good help on the Death Star. We really need to call it something else. Not so much fun. The fun stuff. What's going on over here? I see someone's being choked out. I have my reasons. Not funny. You'll see the dark side of the pen. You'll see that I am indeed choking. What kind of nonsense are you up to now, Admiral? I see. My senses are going dull. I see a hand. I see a hand drawing some sort of man. Always remember to breathe. Hello, thank you for doing the work you do. Yes, you. Most impressive. I'm here to help. Again, the contractors are never what they say they are. Never buy a timeshare. Right now, Evelyn is thinking, why did I give him the microphone? The most dangerous thing to do.
You ran? Okay. Yes, that's you on the screen.
I see it.
How you look on the screen doesn't matter because here you are voice actors. Many of you have done a lot of important
Martin the Martian and Space Jam, isn't that lovely?
More recent stuff, if you guys have watched Ridley Jones on Netflix. I play Mr. Peabody, who owns a museum and hates children. I play Lama Sue on the Bad Batch on Disney+. I'm Hammy the Hamster on Dewdrop Diaries, who basically just makes... And I really did borrow him from Bucky the Squirrel from the Emperor's New Groove. It's the same voice, so they don't care. And I'm delighted to be here, thank you very much. Oh, and BTV Chips. I'm the voice of BTV Chips.
I believe I'm not mistaken, we have two Marvin the Martians here at this moment here. Neil, didn't you do Marvin the Martian?
I only did it in a commercial for Adidas. And it wasn't that great.
It was actually really good. I was in that commercial with you. It was really good.
Okay. Isaac, tell people about your career.
Well, I guess most recently, you might know me as the voice of Bishop on X-Men 97. I also voice Black Panther for Disney Parks when we were seeing at Avengers Campus and things like that. I voiced him. Wakanda Forever. And also recently the voice of
Sammy in the Country Band Jamboree at Disney World.
And lots of other really fun stuff. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
I skipped Julie, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'm invisible. It's fine. I have a lot of powers. That's one of them. Hi. So, it's been a wild and crazy career. So, I'll start with Samantha Maxis from Call of Duty. I started many, many years ago playing her as a little girl, you know, saying things like, "Fetch me their souls!" in the Cold War, so she got to say, I'm in place. I have garlic on the weapons. Let's see, in League of Legends, I play Briar, whose blood are we gonna spill today? I mean, drink. No, share? What else do you do with blood? In Bayonetta 3, I play Balzabu. Good evening, mistress. Is this the new recital stage? If there's a rhythm game where I sing opera, never mind, that was really out of context. If you're like, whoa, what happened to her? First she was invisible, now she's singing, I don't get it. On Firebuds, I play Chef Fran. She is a food truck. Fran's the name, food's the game. You buy it, I fry it. Robin in the original Powerpuff Girls. Don't worry, Professor. I was an accident too. Avengers Assemble, Crimson Widow. This is the Avengers. All new, all different, all finished. And many more.
Julie?
Yes, sir.
First of all, could you name some shows you're not on? All right. No, what you do for me, this is where I first heard the voice of Julie Nathanson. I first heard the voice of Julie while shopping. All right? She was, you know how in the market, supermarket, they sometimes have a voice that comes over and tells you about things. Julie, would you do one of those for us, please?
Shop at your neighborhood Albertsons through Tuesday for low prices with your preferred savings card. Sweet ripe strawberries are 3 for $5.
It's spoons on her legs. Yes.
Is it going?
Go.
Okay. AJ?
Yes.
My name's also Amber Jones. I'm on the panel, but I would be nothing more. You know when Gambit says Rogue always comes to Gambit's rescue? Would
Yes.
you replace Rogue with Amber and say it's Gambit?
Amber always come to Gambit's rescue.
Oh!
Is that what you want to most
Yes! Oh my god!
You're the cutest.
I
Thank
love
you.
your t-shirt, by the way.
Oh, what am I wearing? Yes, okay. It's from Hot
I've
Topic.
got to give you a card. Love for you to be on my podcast.
Yes, of course.
Amazing.
You did so good today. You did so good today.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God!
Zelda Rubinstein from Poltergeist.
Constantly, people have ventured near, say it is a savage beast, howling day and night.
Tommy Lee Jones. Most in the village learned to ignore the cries of rage from on high. One such villager was the lovely Belle.
You know what, for the 18th time, Gaston, I have no desire to marry anybody. I gotta take care of my father.
I wrote it down, so I have to do it. Oh, I'm not anyone. I am the strongest, handsomest man in the kingdom. And just as you are the most beautiful, and your father is the crazy old man.
You should not have come here.
Why not? Lord of this chest, whoever or whatever you friggin' are, you cannot keep my father here, okay? Please, I beg of you, with all my heart, my whole body and shit, free him!
I shall free him on one condition, woman. That you take his place
Belle, no, you mustn't. We're taking the jobs back from the robots.
Niece, Maya, who had just died not that long ago from cancer. After putting up a major, wonderful, incredible fight, she was so brave, so brave. And so I just channeled all of that emotion into my work, into my performance. And I felt that if I could express it just with my voice, hopefully it would touch other people's souls who were listening and watching. And if they had had any kind of traumatic experience or grief of losing somebody that they loved in their lives, that it would trigger them to feel it and release their energy of great grief as well, and to cry. Because I believe that that is, in the end, very healing and very therapeutic. So I was actually amazed.
Have your character be about that, their identity or what they are, just by existing and living their lives and showing that the exact same characters that you love and that resonate with you do come in different flavors. That's a huge part of the work too. A lot is accomplished just by letting people who have been denied opportunities before have a chance, have a seat at the table. You're talking about having fan interactions and stuff like that. Of course, the number of people that have come up to me that said like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that Jubilee is being portrayed by an Asian actor. And as many that say like, it shouldn't matter, and arguably the work that Allison and I do is not that different. We're both actors, we're both just trying to tell the story of the character and in the best way that we know how.
She says, no, the baby, you should incorporate on out this line. Oh, crap. The ending, I guess the last, the 10th episode, been through a lot of wars, but the brave always die first.
She was the secretary on the Ghostbusters show, and there's me with Frank Welker, Pink Lady and me. Steve Allen and Freeberg, who else is here that is interesting? Okay, the guy that this is an early Garfield section. The guy on the far right is Tom Hughey, who was the original voice of John Arbuckle. The man sitting at the desk is Jim Davis on the left. I'm standing next to one of my boys.
Oh, now, Jetson! He woke up as Mr. Spacey. I'm going to stop talking. I'm a blabbermouth. I can talk to you for an hour about things that I hope you already know.
Thank you, Greg. That's wonderful.